You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, Black and White sports fans, we need to talk about Joe Biden's number 2, Kamala Harris. This woman is not very bright. She's not very smart. Kamala Harris is a DEI hire. If you don't believe me, all you got to do is go back to 2020. Joe Biden said that he would actually select a black woman strictly because she's a black woman. Even though Kamala Harris is Indian, but I digress. She is a diversity hire, guys. Joe Biden didn't select her based on her qualifications, her brains, none of that stuff. Kamala Harris is not very smart. Anytime she speaks, this woman is a bunch of word salad. That's all she is, man. Now, Kamala Harris, I remember, what was she on, The Breakfast Club with Charlamagne? He asked her who was her favorite rapper in college. She said Tupac. Tupac wasn't even on the scene then. Because Kamala Harris, I believe, was born in 64 or 65. So if she was actually in college, that had to be like, what, 1983 or something like that? 84, 85. Tupac wasn't around. Now, he was with Digital Underground, a backup dancer. Nobody knew who Tupac was. I'm not even sure that was around that time either. This one was lying. Absolutely lying. She's not very bright, guys. Now, we got the women's Final Four going on right now. Everybody's making their picks. Men's side, women's side. Kamala Harris said something so stupid. Absolutely stupid, man. This is going to blow your mind. When it comes to March Madness, guys, everybody knows about the brackets. Because when the teams are announced, they're put in a bracket, normally like a 64-team bracket. Now they got these, what do they call them, play-ins or whatever it is. So it's like 68. Brackets have been around forever. But Kamala Harris had to make this into a gender and sex issue when it comes to the NCAA tournament for women. This woman just flat out lied. And I can't believe that she actually said this. Let's talk about it, guys. Make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel, become a channel member, live stream every single Friday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. We appreciate the support. So here we go. Look at this, guys. On Outkick, big-time sports fan Kamala Harris says NCAA women's tournament wasn't allowed to have brackets until 2022. Folks, this woman truly does not pay attention to sports. This is idiotic, man, that she would actually say this. Brackets have been around forever for the men and the women. But, you know, she has to make it seem like, you know, the women are weak. And I don't know where she got this idea that there was no brackets for women until 2022. Insane. Let's read this, guys. Kamala Harris took a break from ignoring the border crisis on Thursday. Yeah, she's the border czar, and she's done nothing about it. For a quick trip to Charlotte, North Carolina to announce $20 billion worth of climate and clean energy products across the United States. What? Given that a camera and microphone were within a few feet of her, she, of course, had to say something that was both ridiculous and untrue. And this time around, the subject was the NCAA women's basketball tournament. According to Harris, the women's tournament was not allowed to have brackets until 2022, which she then implied that without a bracket, fans weren't able to see the women's games being played. What? This doesn't make any sense, man. Let's go ahead and play this clip, man, because you're going to lose some brain cells here, guys. Let's go ahead and roll it.
Do you know, okay, a bit of a history lesson. Do you know that the women's teams were not allowed to have brackets until 2022? Think about that, and talk about progress, better late than never, but progress, and what that has done, because of course when, I had a bracket, it's not broken completely, but I won't talk about my bracket. But you know what, just how we love March Madness, and even just now allowing the women to have brackets, and what that does to encourage people to talk more about the women's teams, to watch them. Now they're being covered. And this is the reality. People used to say, oh, women's sports, who's interested? Well, if you can't see it, you won't be. But when you see it, you realize, oh.
What? Folks, this is ridiculous, man. Saying nobody was talking about the women's game because they didn't have brackets. That's ridiculous, man. Where's she been? Gino Auriemma has won 10 national titles at UConn, because usually UConn gets the best players and they win a lot. I mean, was Pat Summitt chopped liver? Didn't she win like 9 NCAA titles in tournaments? Brackets did exist. Yeah. Look here. Even I believe Outkick even mentioned it here about the brackets. Yeah. Says here the first NCAA women's tournament took place in 1982, where 32 teams were seeded and put into a bracket, just like we see the 68 team field bracketed today. Harris was 17 years old when the first NCAA women's tournament bracket was put together. Yeah. But not only that, man, she said 2022. But look at this here, man. Her husband filled out a bracket in March of 2021 for the men and the women. And she actually reposted on X. So you went with the number 1 seeds. I thought you were a fan of the 2s, because he filled out his bracket. And right here, that is the 2021 NCAA Division I Men's Basketball Championship. He picked Gonzaga, by the way. And right here, look at this. 2021 NCAA Division I Women's Basketball Championship. He picked Stanford. So right there in 2021. What is Kamala Harris talking about, man? This woman's not bright, man. She's not smart. This is just idiotic and dumb. Dumb right here that she actually said that, man. Trying to make it seem like women are victims when they've actually had brackets for the longest time. The longest time, guys. Man, this woman's dumb, man. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.